What you are about to witness is not for the faint of heart. Get ready for Office Baked.
The first episode of Office Baked, where opinions don't fucking matter, and if you are easily offended, then don't fucking listen. We're gonna try and get in my head with all these wonderful thoughts, and I was just sitting here thinking, because I drove by a wonderful church, and I was dumbfounded. Because, mind you, and I'm a practicing Catholic. And, mind you, I have a horrible mouth and a horrible attitude. So, I'm far from perfect. But when a church sits there and identifies stating that we love you, we support you, God loves you, God supports you, and they were speaking about the gay and lesbian and alphabet squad community, I'm just a bit confused as to how they knew that God supported it. Because, we're not back in the ancient times when, God came through and it was the 60s, and maybe you took some LSD and you're like, is that God? Or am I just tripping? No. Did he come through, excuse me, is this the High Street Church? I just wanted to let you know that all those gay people are freaking awesome and know how to party, so, I support them, bro. Did he come through in both surround sound? I'm just trying to get an understanding, and I even would be open to a dialogue, as you would call it, but it probably wouldn't be identified as a dialogue, because I probably would be considered a cocky asshole and thrown out of said church for trying to have said discussion. But I'm just trying to understand and get a realization or some closure, because every church took pieces of Catholicism and said, hey, we like this, and this, but we're going to take the rest and leave it and go do our thing over here. That's how you got the Methodists, the Protestants, the Baptists, the Lutherans, all that. So when you've got a Catholic Church on one side saying, yo, we don't support this, we don't bend on this, it's kind of like our belief of having an abortion, or the gays, we love you, but we don't love your actions. So let's put it on a metaphor. If Billy Bob's Church of, ice cream puts on their billboard, we support smashing windshields and God supports it too. Tomorrow, when everybody goes and smashes a windshield because they want to please Billy Bob's Church of ice cream and please God, is he going to bail all those people out of jail? Because, you're kind of, telling them what they're doing is okay. There's a line of belief. And I'm not at all, trying to down people or anything like that. Because, like I said, there's a difference of God loves everybody, but not their actions. So we could sit here and say God loves murderers, God loves everybody. He just might not like their actions. God loved Jeffrey Dhalmer, but he sure as heck didn't like that he was eating fingers and ears for dinner. He'd probably prefer it was, steaks or apple pies or something other than his neighbors. And we could go off on a tangent on that, because, I just watched a news clip, and the news clip, showed that in Cleveland, when they rescued that little girl from being kidnapped by this guy, they were like, oh, he was a normal guy, and, you gotta know there's trouble when a little girl runs into a black man's arms, there's a problem. Well, they had barbecues with this guy and everything. So just think, if you had barbecues with Jeffrey Dahmer, if you were his neighbor or something, you might have ate some, human. If you were the irritated, woman with 96 cats and never cleaned the cat pan out, and the hallway smelled like ass. At the end of the day, he might have fed you little Robbie that was delivering the papers just to be a butthole. I mean, that's just what might have happened. I mean, so you saying, well, I didn't think anything of him. He was such a nice gentleman. And he would always have us over for burgers. Makes you think, doesn't it? But that's besides the point. So, we're going to go to a commercial because obviously I'm getting long-winded. But, yeah.